Alright, hey guys, AnimeWestReacts here's gonna reaction to Talentless Nana Chapter 75, Time Traveler Part 4. And so yeah, start the chapter off with, she saved her life last episode, reveals the trick. So yeah, she says, you messed with the clock, huh? When you were changing this morning, and then when you saw me this... And then Nana says, when you saw me this morning, I wasn't taking off my prisoner uniform, I was putting it on so I could trick you into thinking today was August 1st. I knew Kyoyo-san would arrive by 8 a.m., so I interrupted him to prevent him from saying anything that would give me away. The military vehicles seemed to regularly patrol the area, so even if the timing was a little off, I knew one would show up eventually, but I didn't expect the soldier to try to hit you today. I'm sorry for scaring you. I was waiting for the time to tell you that today was actually August 2nd, but... So you saved me, sending someone back into the past and making them repeat the same day is a powerful ability, but... I once fought against someone like that and killed them without mercy, so yeah, she has fought a time traveler before. Yeah. Like you, all of them were overconfident in their own talent. You thought I'd been dragged into your time loop again today, that's why you didn't notice the subtle change this morning. And then, yeah, she's like, who is this beast? This person. And then Nana says, now that I think about it, I'm sure they all had human hearts in their own way, though some of them seemed twisted to the core. They had the potential to change. They had futures. And I took that from them. And then, yeah, she says, by the way, do you send people in the past by writing on their wrist with a pen? Well, am I right? And then she says, it doesn't have to be a pen. Hey, wait, don't tell me you were awake. And then Nana says, if your ability makes people repeat the same day when they wake up in the morning, wouldn't you wonder what happened if they don't fall asleep? And then, yeah, she's like, I guess so. And it says, the first time you sent me back to yesterday, I slept soundly, but I was awake the second and third times. You wrote something on my wrist during the night while I pretended to sleep, so I guessed it had something to do with activating your talent. And then, yeah, she, rips it. Apparently it was, a piece of paper that she had, stuck to her wrist or something. Yeah, I figured you were making tally marks. And then Nana says, for me, this was an experiment to see if simply concealing my skin using this athletic tape would prevent your talent from activating. Even if I failed, I could just try again. And then she's like, girl, Nana, you're actually a seasoned fighter. I can't believe it. And then Nana's like, what did you mean when you said there was no point in trying? And then, yeah, she said, you heard that. She says, could you roll up your sleeve, please? And then, yeah, Nana says that and says, I've been wondering why you were wearing such stuffy clothing in the middle of summer. And then, yeah, she says, you were paying attention after all, huh? Psyche. That's her name. And so, yeah, she's got cut marks. And then she says, are these scars from using your ability? What were you so desperate to change? And then she says, my parents. Okay, and then she says, 3 years ago, there was a major political shift. Yeah. Apparently my dad lost his job because of it. Current politicians spend money on hunting down talented, and that apparently screws up welfare programs too. My mom was already bedridden and anxious. I came home from school to find they killed themselves. Wow. Until then, I hadn't been aware of my own talent. I noticed when I tried to follow my parents to the grave. Well, apparently not many people die from cutting their wrists. In any case, I lost consciousness, and when I woke up, it was yesterday again. So you traveled back back in time and tried to save your parents, but it didn't work. I stayed home from school and tried to convince my parents not to do it. When I forced all of us out to leave the house, my dad understood, but my mom died while I wasn't looking. For some reason, my dad's car ended up in an accident. I think one time my fire started. So yeah, no matter what I did, I couldn't reach a happy ending. So yeah, she keep repeating, but they always died. You get it now? I became demoralized and gave up. I stopped caring about anything and started living with the miscreants in my neighborhood. Tried my talent on them, tested my talent on them here and there too. Learned I didn't have to cut myself or lose consciousness. As long as I drew a line on their wrist and went to sleep, I could travel back to yesterday with that person. I drew tally marks on your wrist because I felt kinda prison-y. Pretty clever, right? And then Nana says it's 5 times the maximum that you can travel back in time to yesterday. How'd you know that? And then it says, because you have 6 painful looking scars. At first glance, it looks like you time traveled 6 times before becoming disheartened and giving up. However, it's also plausible that you tried one more time after 5 attempts and realized for the first time that the limits of your talent. You said you couldn't travel back in time further than yesterday. Isn't that because even with the repeated uses, you can't travel further back in time than 5 days earlier? In other words, it's not that you lost hope and gave up on saving your parents. And then it says, what do you want me to do about it? And Nana says, are you satisfied with being a petty little snitch here? I know, but there's nothing I can do, is what Psyche says. She says, you're saying there's something you can do about it. We'll work together. Yeah. And Nana says, I know because I killed countless talented individuals. If they worked together and used their talents effectively, they could have opened up their future. Join me together, let's try again. And so, yeah. It's like, fine, I get it. I'm the head of the Bajra. I lost to you one-on-one. I'll do as you say. Alright. Bajra. It was the name of my local gang, geez. Team leader Onodera sure knows how to pick 'em. Returning Onodera Kyoya to his senses is our first objective, and to do that, we need Serrano's help. Oh right, if she died yesterday, then yes, you can travel back in time to yesterday, right? You were nearly screwed. If you failed to convince me, Serrano would have stayed dead. You're not a bad person. Worst case, I intended to surrender and plead with you to save Serrano. Didn't feel great when I heard she died last night, so even if I was trying to catch you, I figured I might as well travel back in time to yesterday. Anyway, go to sleep. If you make a mark on my wrist when I wake up, I'll have traveled into the past, or back in time to yesterday morning with you, right? Up to 5 times per person. There are a bunch of other limitations too, but we can skip them for now. Tell me anything and call me Nana from now on. Call me Shizuka too, sis. Sis. Aw. If you like, you can have the top bunk. Alright. Now we're back to the day before. As watchmen, our first job is to patrol the town. We've currently returned to August 1st, but what happens to the other world? What other world? The world where Serrano is dead. I don't know, maybe it disappears or continues existing as a parallel world. Should be careful with how we use your talent. Either way, it doesn't ease my guilt. You're kind of a poet, sis. Alright? You two, your first day together, and you're already best friends. It's not our first day. This crap is so annoying. What? And so Nana turns around, and there's Serrano. Good. Alright, that's all for today. I'm getting out of here. I'll come get... One of our allies is about to kill herself. We can't wait until tomorrow. So yeah, she glares at him. Pull yourself together. All right. So yeah, pretty good chapter. Nana and Sachiko are working, or not Sachiko, Psyche, Shizuka are working together now. Pretty good one. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like, comment on it, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.